La da da da. Really? Finally. So lame. Let's see. How do I do this without... Okay, perfect. I'm muted. I am gonna hopefully not mess this up. And hopefully my feed is working, because I'm looking at myself over here on the old Facebook and it's ridiculous. So hopefully hopefully that's right. I'm like, that's like weird. Anyway, so I can't. Oh, this is so fucking frustrating. Everything wants to like not work when I oh, well, okay. So if anyone, it doesn't say anyone's watching, so that's a good thing, I guess. I guess if I'm gonna embarrass myself, I guess it's a good thing that nobody's watching me do it yet. Okay, so all right, so that's doing what I want it to do. So let's hope that I don't fuck this up too much, or excuse my French. But I haven't drawn. Oh God, I can't even see my blue. I don't know. I don't normally sketch anything that's not an original of something of some kind. So I got the idea to do this. Well, Pops gave me the idea to do this, but the what do you call it? The pose is all me. Well, technically, it's Leonard Nimoy, because the other day, last week, when I was live, I was talking about a series of photographs that Leonard Nimoy did. Oh my God! And you would think that since I'm talking about it, you would think I would have gone and looked up the stupid name of it. Damn, I'm not very bright. Anyway, if you're listening now or later, just go look up Leonard Nimoy, photographer. He was a photographer and he did a lot of really beautiful photography of heavyset women. And so the CROM madness guy, whatever his name is, Pops can tell me later. But anyway, I didn't even know what he was at first. Pops had to explain it to me. And then, so then I go looking. I'm like, okay, all right, well, I'll sketch something. Because he was like, you got to sketch something. I'm like, okay. So I go looking through all the pictures, and I don't know who did this. I don't know who this is. I don't know who did this sketch. But it was my favorite of all the ones I found in the group's photos. When I went through the photos, that was my favorite. So that's the one I used to kind of go off of. The only part I really needed from that sketch as reference was the outfit and mostly the head. Because I knew that I was going to take basically two purposes. I was going to serve two purposes. I'm going to use a reference I had of, I love ballerinas. Okay, so there is technically not a Leonard Nimoy photo. Why? I swear to God, I don't have a speech impediment. Anyway, there isn't one out there I don't think. I do know that there are some where the women are mostly naked. So anyway, I have this will officially be the third sketch, picture, image, or whatever I've ever done of a ballerina. I have, the other thing that came up recently was remembering that one of my favorite books when I was younger was Flowers in the Attic. And the main character, Catherine, from that was a ballerina. And I always had a thing for ballet. Oh, I love ballet. God, I love the ballet. love the ballet. Probably, yeah. The only thing I might love more than the ballet is figure skating. Figure skating, solo female women's figure skating. Although couples figure skating is cool too. I don't mind watching that, but my favorite is watching the ladies. There's something super delicate about it. But if you know anything about figure skating, you know that it's not easy. There's nothing easy about figure skating. So, um, I think I'm definitely super, super, super new at this. I think I might have actually figured out how not to press those blue pencils into the paper so damn hard that leaves grooves. I think I'm there. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We will see. We will see. But after I get done with the sketch part, if I have time, I might just go the whole thing and do the whole thing. I don't know. We'll see. I have another piece that I was thinking about doing for my poetry collection book that I've got going on. Oh, I love this. So cool. I don't know where everybody is. Pops is probably in bed. It's late. We will see. We will see. He will see it later. I was like kind of nervous about this, really, honestly, because I just, I don't know. I can't really wrap my mind around doing anything that's not just straight up from my head. I did also recently get a training course I'm going to do on drawing elephants because my best friend Leslie's favorite animal is the elephant, and mine are lions. And it's kind of ironic. I've never done I've never really done animals, just not my thing. But I was thinking about that. I'm like, well, I did do Safe Haven. Safe Haven is a piece that I did for Leslie. There's a mom elephant with her two baby elephants. Elephants are known to have hi, whoever's watching. Elephants are known to have, what do you call it, twins. So that's pretty exciting. So I'm going to use one of my other big canvases, or actually, she lives in Florida. I might use a smaller thing, but anyway, I have something in mind for her. I'm not going to say what it is because it's going to be a surprise. But anyway, so I've got that going on, and I keep finding little projects to keep me away from doing anything on my poetry collection. And you know what? I'm okay with it because I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that the material is so intimate that for whatever reason, I'm not ready to look at it yet, or I'm not ready to go there yet. So I've been finding all these other things to do, like coming on here and doing whatever this guy's name is as a ballerina. We will see what he looks like as a ballerina. What will he look like as a ballerina? We will see. I kind of am totally digging these mechanical pencils that came with that kit that I got because I never really used them before. And I did sharpen all of my pencils just to make sure that if I didn't like them, that I could switch to my old school tried and true stuff, the stuff that my hands are used to using. And that's one of those things I was realizing that part of some of my challenges with using some of the other stuff, like the computer even, it's muscle memory. I don't have any muscle memory for it. I don't have any muscle memory for that. So it does present kind of a bit of a challenge. Makes me wonder. Anyway, kind of sort of lost my train of thought. Okay, so what I've done so far, where's the camera? What I've done so far, this was not the scary part. It took me a lot of erasing and a lot of sketching before I was happy enough with this to even venture the idea of letting anyone watch me sketch it. Part of my not wanting people to see me sketch things was just because my own like insecurities, like, oh my God, I'm gonna get judgment, nothing but judgment from people. And then I don't think I could have done this earlier, like before I was online every day last week. I was like, what? No. And I looked it back. I'm like, yep, every single day. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I'm not saying I'm going to keep that shit up. But we'll see. We'll see. We will see. So yeah, this is where the blue is definitely the darker than anywhere else on this paper, because drawing a basic outline of a ballerina, that I did have a point of reference for that, but his face, man, oh my God, it's like, how am I gonna get that just right? I don't know. Not to mention that in the sketch on the group, he's like, you know, he's not in this angle. He's not in this angle. And so that took a while. That took a while more than anything else, was getting him in an angle that I liked for the position he's in, as opposed to, because he's in the image I used as a point of reference, he's standing straight up. He's standing straight up. So yeah. I was trying to think of what he reminds me of, and I know it's like right there in the back tip of my memory or whatever. I don't know. It just hasn't come to me yet. It's not a gremlin. I mean, although his ears kind of make me think of gremlins, but there's something else, and I don't know. Hasn't come to me yet. It probably will eventually. Eventually. Took me a few looks. It took me more than one look at him to realize that the head had this not exactly perfect shape at the top. Like there was this, it almost like, oh, that's almost like a predator kind of a thing, kind of in a way. Kind of reminded me of one. A little bit. And what's cool is I don't have to be exact perfect with all the sketching, because I am going to probably go through the whole process similar to how I do my other pieces when I do them my way, because that was kind of the idea, I guess. I'm assuming, Pops can tell me different if I get it wrong. But basically the idea to do this guy, but with my own technique or my own flair or whatever my own thing is. And so of course we're going to make him, have like a little bit of a fine art kind of thing going on. So, I'm not just going to sketch him. We will proceed with full on coloring of sorts after this. Let's see, how do I want to do that? This part over here was, I don't know, it's probably not exact, and I don't think it matters, but because the point of reference, he's not in this position, and I am definitely not a professional. Would never try to act like one. I do what I do until it looks right in my head, and then I'll be like, okay, now I'm happy. Now I'm happy. Whatever. Oh, where did I put him? Hold on. Okay. There's some like little flary little, I guess maybe eyebrows, maybe? I don't know. Kind of thing going on over there. think I had his eye in the wrong place. Yeah, that's his better. Let me think. Okay. I think I like that. I think I like that. That's what I'm going to probably end up doing. Is just going, make sure we definitely know who he is. And then go Dory on him. Go Dory on his face. We'll see. I should have put some kind of music on or something, but yeah, it's okay. I was I'm usually not in quiet ever really, so this is good. This is fine with me. I don't mind. I don't mind. I'm humming. Oh my god. I might have to put music on just to make myself stop from humming. Okay. Oh my god. He's so funny. Predator. Definitely. His head reminds me of the Predator. That's what it is. There's like something very Predator about the shape of his head. Oh yeah, I forgot about his mouth. I forgot all about it. I was like, it was funny when I was doing this earlier when I was sketching it. I think I drew his mouth 4 times before it was as wide as I wanted it. And then I was like, I this is what's cool. Like I really thought this would be easier, like his mouth. Okay, I thought his mouth would be easier than the women's lips in some of my paintings, right? And I'm like, and I get in here and I'm just, this perception of what I think I'm about to just, try to sketch. And I'm like, oh, yeah. No, not so easy, Dory. Not so easy, silly girl. No, definitely not. I want to give him eyeballs. But I don't think he has eyeballs. I don't remember seeing any I know he doesn't in this point of reference photo. Definitely does not in this point of reference photo or this sketch, whoever did that sketch. But I would imagine if he does have eyeballs, I can always add them. I was like, I'm going to leave him out for now. I'm going to leave him out. I can always go back. You'd be amazed. I was like, oh my god, I can't even get his nose right. Oh, good lord. I still think his head is too skinny. Maybe. I don't know. It's probably, maybe. I'm going to try one more time. See if I get a better shape in my mindset of what I think is better. Oh yeah, that's way better. Way Okay. All right. I like that. I think I'm happy with that. I think. Oops. Whoops. Whoops. Messed up. Okay. So. We go like this. So, okay. I'm sure there's a proportion issue with this hand up here. Something's off. Something's off. I think I fixed it. Wait. Okay, that looks better. I was like, wait a minute. He's got this huge body and this tiny little hand. It was cute. That's cute. I crack myself up sometimes. It's kind of cool because the other thing I was thinking about with doing this was that for my haiku book, I'm getting to that point where I'm doing the digital part of the stuff I'm going to do for the pictures. And it was really, really kind of cool. A lot of what I'm learning is it was frustrating at first because it's a world I've never dove into. It's a world I've never really worked in. But it's cool. I'm getting warmed up to quite a bit of it, and doing. Not even I'm so out of it. Like I don't even know what to call it. I didn't even know what to call these things. You know, like not. I mean, I know I'm going to call it a series, and I know they're haikus, but I didn't know like what's the right word? Graphic, illustration, paintings. No, I didn't paint. I sketched them. So anyway, it took a while for me to find it, but the closest description that made sense for what I've got going on in my haiku series is graphic illustration. It's a combination of taking a graphic digital image of an actual piece of art and using it in different ways. And there's a lot of different examples of graphic illustrations and what those look like. And even so far as a box of eggs, they were in this one thing I was watching. The graphic illustration artwork for the ad or for the product was the picture that they used on the box for the eggs. It was a box of eggs that had like a what do you call it? A tree or some scene with a tree. So anyway, so it gave me an idea. I'm like, oh, okay. So I guess that's what I'll call. I guess that's what these would be called, because I didn't know what to. I mean, like, you know, it's kind of cool when, like, even though I have no experience in any professional way, it's cool when you find something that puts to words what you can't articulate. Like I couldn't articulate that. And you know, there's probably a whole bunch of people I could have asked, and maybe one of these days I'll get better at asking. But I have kind of a thing about I'm weird. I don't want to burden people. I certainly don't want to burden people with me. Because, yeah. Alrighty. So, he is sketched. Oh. I'm not going to put any ink to them just yet because I want to take a picture of them before I do that. That's the other cool, super cool thing about this whole process of taking these and doing graphic illustrations on the computer of them and getting, you know, some computer stuff to them, because oh my God, I almost prefer, I did scan. I used my scanner and I did scan the pieces for the haiku using the highest setting there is on that scanner. And I think I like the photos better. I think the photos are better to work from than the scans. And I don't know why that is, but someone out there could probably explain it better than me. But my iPhone's photos looked way better to me than the scans. So there you go. I will probably be using the photos because I did not think that there was any point in scanning them. I just didn't see any benefit. They didn't look any better. They didn't look any brighter. They look, you know, actually, in my opinion, they didn't look as good. And I'm just talking about the regular picture. I mean, I probably will adjust them a little bit. I may not use any effects for a couple of them. There's one in particular. I think I'm just going to leave it just the way it is. I might soften the contrast a little bit, but otherwise, yeah, definitely know I'm probably going to use the pictures, not the scans. Okay. Yeah, I like belly button was easy. There's not much to a belly button, especially if you're doing it on something like this. And yes, in my image, his shirt has a little bit of a flare, you know, because I had to turn him into a ballerina. Because how else would you know? This is a total Dory thing. It's like, oh, yep, Dory made that a Doris painting. Oh, I think I might actually want to come back and do another piece like this, similar, only in more line with my way of doing things, and do an actual ballerina. Okay. Oh. So yeah, so I will leave this the way it is for the moment because I want to take pictures of him before I put any ink or colors or markers on him. So there. The CROM guy, troll, maybe, I think. Is he a troll? Is that what he is? I don't know. Like I said, Pops can tell me. Pops can tell me later. Yeah. I am going to stop fucking with him before I make him too dark. Okay, so since I'm on here, I got this ready, and I hope this works. So the next book the book I'm working on is called This Is Not Emotional Burlesque, and one of the pieces I have, one of the poems that I have, when I was thinking about it and what artwork to use for it, I immediately thought of this. This is the black and white version of it. But it's a pair of lovers with a pregnant woman, and they are coming to life out of a tree. And so the poem is called Bursting. it doesn't matter. So I don't really need to use a blue pencil to sketch out anything in particular, because this is actually me tracing one of my own pieces, because I'm going to use it in the book for that particular page's illustration. It's a piece that I have wanted to recreate in a lot of different ways for a lot of different reasons. I actually still have the original. It's on paper, and it's one that it's so out of norm, really, comparatively to a lot of my other pieces. It really is. It's very, very different to almost everything else I do or have done. And so it's one of those ones that, like, I would be perfectly happy if it stayed right where it is. And because it's just one of those ones. It's one of those ones where, like, I went into it quite literally with zero plan. On purpose. I told myself, I was like, don't have a plan. Just go into this and figure out what you're going to do. And the bodies aren't perfect. They are a bunch of different angles. They really traditionally make no sense for the human form in some ways, in some places. And that was the intention. That was the entire intention, which is why it's good to go with the poem I have it to go with, because the poem is about two lovers bucking the system and basically putting the world on notice that their love, regardless of what people thought, how different it might be, or how impossible, or how difficult, challenging, whatever it might be. And it's about these two lovers just, taking that and being, no. So yeah, so I thought, I am going to try to do, original pieces for this illustrated poetry book, but this was a perfect opportunity to come back to one of my loved pieces and recreate it and get some other ideas out of my mind when it comes to this piece, when it comes to this couple. I loved them when I did them originally. I fell in love with them. And I'm sure I will again. Oh, wait. Yeah. Things up with that pencil. This is the part I remember. I don't know why. Oh, there he is. There he is. I need to make sure I do him first. There she is. It's like all that really is of them in the painting is a very, very slight image, very, very slight image of their faces, their profiles coming from the tree. And so that's what I'm doing right now. Oh, wow. I'm just gonna have to get in here. Way in here. Aha. There it is. That works for me. Almost. If I can get the chin right, then I'll be happy. Oh, I'm gonna have to like get the original out. Not now. I don't need it yet, but I think before I put any color on it, not that I want to copy the palette exactly, but I do want to get. I'm gonna get the original out because I want to get some of the detail that I did for the tree. My main branches, is the tree just goes all around, because they literally are encased in parts of the tree. Oh, that's so cool. I accidentally turned it off, but in a minute here, because I'm almost done with the really super basic outline, because I'm not going to do this whole piece either. There's no way. For what I have in mind for this, because now that I've got the haiku volume 1 all done for the images, like I've got the images all done. Now that I've got that part done, and I'm back on doing the emotional, this is not emotional burlesque book. I know that for these, because they're going to be sketched illustrations, and I am going to still try my best. Oh yeah, to leave them in pencil sketched form. So this may not even end up getting color. This may not get any color to it, actually. I feel like, I know what I can do. Okay, so I've got kind of my main trunk pieces going. Those will be there. And we're going to do this outline. And I'm trying to remember that. Of course, me with the hair. Here I go. That's my thing. No apologies. I love doing hair. So we've got that, pieces of the tree, my beautiful girl, just enough to know she's there. Just enough to know she's there. My tree. She's coming out of the tree. She's coming out of the tree. Okay. Alrighty. So I love this part. I'm going to turn the light off. Because as far as I'm concerned, I don't need the light anymore. Because I've got what I need to finish this, to go forward. So it's kind of, I don't know, is it hard to see? Can you see? Whoever that is. Definitely one of those pieces that will take way more form with the adding of the other things that I will be adding. I always see these other things when I'm in doing something, and I could, that's cool. I didn't see that before, but I like that. I like that. I'm like, I know I'm horizontal. It's a horizontal picture, so I don't know who's watching, but I'm sorry. Because it is, one of those things. One of those things. I think when I did this originally, I'm trying to remember if I sketched. I don't think I sketched it. I think I used paint, like directly. Because I remember, I even remember where I was when I did this. I was in a mobile home over where I was living. Not far from here, actually. My tree. Oh, I know what I'm going to do here. Yeah, I like what I just did. And I'm not even going to say what I just did out loud. But I like it. Probably shouldn't, considering that, knowing Facebook. Well, I guess it was bound to happen that Georgia O'Keeffe would come out of me in one of these. It was bound to happen that in one of these pieces, my dear, beautiful Georgia would find her way into my sketch. my influences. For whoever's watching, my my centerpiece area of detail. Oh, I unplugged my pencil sharpener. Yay! Oh, well, that was pointless. That was pointless. That was pointless. Okay, so what do I got here? Oh, yeah. We're going to go like this. Finish off our rounded tushy. My girl. I was going through some things and I found some flowers I had done for another like kind of practice course thing I did, and I had forgotten all about them, and what's cool is that they're practice paintings that I just kind of did, learning some different shadowing and shading and floral technique stuff. But I got it out, and I was like, oh, I know something that would be super cool to do with those. And so I used one of them and did some editing on the computer, and I think it's going to be the cover of my first haiku book. And I thought, that's perfect. That's like, one of those things where I had done all of the pieces for the inside for the 10 haikus that are in the volume, but I hadn't even thought about the cover. And I thought, well, I won't have to do anything special for the cover. I already have I have some original pieces already done, and I can just, use them. That's what I will do. So this is turning out to be very different than the original, and I love that. Of course, I love that. I love any time I do something like that. I don't know why, but it just does. It just happens. It's kind of interesting. No idea what I'm going for over there, but whatever. I like it. I do want this particular line to be profound. I don't want to lose track of that one. Wherever the rest of this goes, I don't know. But I want to remember that spot. Oh, wow. This is just amazing. This just amazes me. This was so not even the plan, but it's about to be this is happening. This is going to happen. So definitely did not plan for that. But that's what I get. I get parts of the tree turning into parts of a body, parts of the body turning into parts of the tree. And that's part of why when I pulled back, when I got that poetry collection out and I thought about this particular poem, this was immediately what came to mind. And this makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. And whoever you are that's watching, you just got to see some mind blown. A man's leg just came into my painting that was not there before. And so that will be, so there you go. Not planned. That's just what happens. That's just what happened. That is just what happened. Yep. Ooh. And let me go back to making my tree. Because, this is a tree, by the way. They're in one big, huge tree. What is underneath there? Oh, I don't need that anymore. Durr. It's like there's this giant leg smack dab in the middle of my tree. And that works for me. That works for me. Totally humming again. Ha. The beauty of not caring so much about exacts, because I just need a shape. The rest is going to come out in the details. It's, it just will. It just will. I like that. I like that. I like that. What do I want to do over here? What do I see? I'm seeing something here. It's almost there. Almost. Not quite. There we go. It'll do. Oh, okay. I see what I'm doing. It works. Someone's watching. Whoever you are. Thank you. Whoever you are, thank you for being there. You know. So the other thing I was thinking about was that if I don't leave this in kind of a sketched thing, I could use my colors, because the nice thing about taking pictures of everything before I add any color, if I choose to add color, is that since these are going to be in the book, I can always use the black and white one for the book, and then I still have the color one for me, because, you know, apparently I have a thing for color in my pictures and my paintings. I have a, you know, it's just what I do. Me and my colors. Me and my colors, what we do. I'm like, oh, I think I know what I'm going to do over here. Because, you know, it's what I do. Couldn't have planned to do that if I even tried. That's interesting. I am going to credit that to the fact that I was looking at tulips today. So there. I don't know. I was remembering this thing I read about patterns. And I wish I could remember everything they were talking about, but definitely one of those things that happens without a plan for me. I don't plan it. It just happens. Whether it's a line wherever I put the line, or something that my vision sees once I'm in it, doing what I'm doing. It's part of why I like doing it like this. I don't know what this is, but we will find out. We will find out. Nice. I did get my other sketch paper out, and so this sketch paper is a little better than what I was using last week. And all I'm doing right now is shading and blending, because what I'm going to do next with this is to be determined. It's either going to be more pencil, or I'm going to get my charcoals out, or I'm going to get my markers out. Who Lord knows what. All I do know is that I'm at the hour mark and I'm done. I am done for the day. And this is, oh, for fuck's sake. I bent the paper. Damn it. That's okay. That's okay. Let me see. There we go. That's an idea. Aha. Breastises. There is my tree. So that should be pretty interesting when I do the rest, where this goes. It's definitely very, very reminiscent of the original painting, and very, very, very different. Very different. We will see what happens when I get to the next phase of this, because, yeah, I'm tripping on that. I love it. The other one I hit when I did it, I didn't do anything on this side, and so I kind of like what happened there. We'll see what comes out of those flowers that I've got that came to mind for that other side over there, and what I do with those flowers, I don't know. We'll see. We will see. But I got my man, I got my woman, I got my tree of life. And I even got a little bit of a vulva. There we go. There's a word I can say on the live feed. And a man's leg, a huge man's leg. I forgot about that. Forgot all about that. We must not forget about the man, the giant of the world. Maybe the couple in the tree are pixies or fairies. I don't know. It's fucking pissing me off that I bent the paper, but that's okay, because by the time I get done with this, the fact that the paper's bent is not going to matter. It's not going to matter. I can't stop. I'm in that place where I am going to stop, but I want them to look the way I'm in my mind right now. I want to see them first, and then I will put them away, and we will meet another day. Let me write poetry while I'm on. Just rhyme. There was a part of me that wanted to do the belly closer to what an actual pregnant woman's belly would look like. And I thought, no, I'm going to, I don't know. It's similar. It's similar to what I did in the first one, because in the other one, the idea was that both the man and the woman are both pregnant. Yeah, that's exactly what I did in the other painting. So there. And I'm either gonna I might just leave it like that. So there. Okay. Alrighty. If you're there, whoever you are that watched and stayed on, thank you so much. There's my couple in a tree coming out of the tree. I will get more into the details of it after I've rested my eyes and my hands and such. And that is all for the day. That is all. Mwah.